Okay, so you want to start your diet, but you don't think you're ready. And that's probably true for a lot of people. What can we do? Well, we can start by getting a little bit of exercise. If you're watching a lot of TV, a lot of those shows, maybe cut out about a half an hour and maybe walk 10 minutes. If walking is difficult for you, you grab a chair, and while you're watching TV, you can sit up and sit down, sit up, sit down. Try to get some movements. Maybe grab a couple of small dumbbells from the store, one, 2 pounders, and then you can do arm curls. Lots of dumbbell exercises at home. And just start getting active. We want to increase our activity. It's called NEAT. We don't really have to go into, the terminology in it, but it's basically just your everyday activity and the calories that your body needs for that. So it's getting up, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, going to work, parking the car, doing the dishes, all those kind of things. And when we have a sedentary lifestyle, and we're not doing a lot of those things, our NEAT goes down, and so our metabolism doesn't need to be as high. And that just kind of like a vicious cycle. And so over time, your NEAT goes down, your metabolism goes down, and then pretty soon, you don't have the energy to do anything. And so the first step is to increase our expenditure. And that could be just 20, 30 minutes a day doing a few extra things. Today we're at Lake Devereaux in Belfair, Washington. No motors allowed, so a lot of kayaking and swimming. Great place to be in the summer. Well, inactivity is the fourth leading cause of death in the world, and I think it's easily fixed. We just have to make some small steps in our lives. Small steps for big relief. So what are those small steps? Well, studies show now that 6,000 to 8,000 steps is kind of where you want to be. And there's two kinds. There's a low background, and then there's exercise steps. And the low background steps, that's like washing your dishes, taking your dog out for a walk. That might count as exercise. Parking a little bit farther away from the grocery store. Walking to your neighbor to give that mail back instead of driving over. I had to do that the other day. Got a package, and I just walked it over. So when I first started my weight management journey, I thought I could just out cardio everything. So I got a Fitbit right there, and just started walking around the block. I was, younger, in my late 40s, I think, mid 40s, and so I had always been active, playing basketball. I was working out at the gym a little bit, but not anything serious. I just started walking, and I'd do maybe about a couple of laps around the block, couple of miles. Started tracking it. Yeah, everything said to do, goals were like 10,000, 12,000 steps, and so I didn't really know anything much about it. So I tried to get to there, and first couple of months, the feet started hurting for sure, and then my knees and my back. Man, my back's always been hurting. I used to be an electrician, and I stood on a ladder all the time, and it was rough. Hey, on the back thing, and we'll get to an episode, future episode, but yoga, man, yoga. I started taking the gentle yoga at the Y. Man, it's basically just an hour of stretching. And, every day for the past, 8 years, my back, I can feel it every day. Always hurting, hard to bend over. And I go to the chiropractor, and he'd straighten me out, and it'd be better for a little bit. He always said that my legs were uneven. But then I started stretching. Every morning I would stretch, and it'd be a little better, but I'd only spend about, maybe 10, 15 minutes on it. But it wasn't until yoga, and about maybe after 3 months of the yoga and wasn't very painful, but it was just, you could hear me grunting and groaning a lot in the class. It was quite embarrassing, but my back started feeling better. Oh, I couldn't believe how well it felt. And now, sometimes I don't even notice it. I wake up and it'll be like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then all of a sudden I kind of just feel a little twinge, a little soreness, but it's, man. So yoga is it. And who cares what you look like when you're all stretching and looking all funny and doing the dog pose and the cat and the cow. It took me forever to learn all the lingo, but it's cool. And it's mostly ladies in there, so hey guys, get out there and do some yoga, because man, I recommend it to everybody now. It really helps a lot. And so that's counting towards your steps. Yoga, basketball, taking the dog out for a walk, whatever you can do to add to your steps, you gotta do it. And that's gonna help bring you back to a better health, for sure. Well, I think on this fat loss phase I'm getting ready to get on in a couple of days, I'm going to do a bunch of short videos. And I'm going to get up in the morning and show my weight, and then kind of go over maybe some of the meals I'm going to have for that day. And then the next day, we'll see where I ended up at. Now, maybe every couple of days, because a lot of the time there's a water weight gain or a water weight loss here and there, and you're not really quite sure if you lost a bunch of weight. And in this fat loss phase, I think it's about 13 pounds I'm trying to lose. So, yeah, I think it's 13. It'll get me below 200. Now, I haven't been 200 pounds, since 98. Now, when I was homeless, I really lost some weight, man. I got down to 168 pounds. And that was a really rough time in my life. I wanted to be a rock star, and so I lived in Hollywood for a while, and play guitar and all that fun stuff. But man, it was just a whirlwind of partying, and it wasn't good. After 18 months, I was like, I gotta get out of there. All right, well, let's sum it up for today. Go see a doctor, make sure you're okay for exercise, and then get started slowly. Add some steps here and there, add 500, try to get towards your 6K steps. Well, thanks for coming by on this journey with me today. If you like what you see, like and subscribe, and we'll see you a little lighter and a little healthier.